Hey everybody, welcome back to Fantasy Theory. We got the long-awaited House of the Dragon Season 2 Episode 1 premiere the other day, and I know I am so late. I am literally days, like, the next episode's coming out in a couple days at the time of recording this. It might come out tomorrow when I release this, but better late than never. I was going to do a breakdown, but then I realized so much time has passed that maybe I should just talk about pretty much the ending, because the ending is kind of makes the whole episode. I mean, there's a lot of setup between the whole first episode, but the ending is really where it sets up the rest of the season, maybe even potentially the rest of the show. So we're going to get into the ending. So before we start, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. I'll be better with this. I'm sorry that we missed the full breakdown, but we're going to get to the ending explained and kind of talk about pretty much the ending explained, what it means, kind of theorize for like what's going to come next, and kind of give the differences between the books and this, because some people weren't really happy with this and, a little crazy. So this is obviously referring to the blood and cheese moment, but we'll get into this. Leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of episode 1, and let's get right into the video. So the episode is called Son for a Son, and we get the blood and cheese moment. So from season 1, we saw the son of Rhaenyra get killed by Alicent's son, hence the title Son for a Son, which will ultimately lead to the blood and cheese moment. I know I keep saying the blood and cheese moment, and this was rumored to be in the show for a while now, and this is pretty much that happens after the book. Alicent blows out the candle, setting the mood for the rest of the episode. Basically, her world is going to go extremely dark. Daemon sneaks back into the King's Landing, bribing his way in, and meets Blood. Blood escorts Daemon like a prisoner to Cheese, where he is told that Cheese has some gambling debts from the fighting pits. Daemon will hire him to find and slay Prince Aemon Targaryen. Cheese asks what if they can't find him, and the scene cuts away. So basically it's up for interpretation at this point if Daemon told them to just kill somebody, or if he told them don't do it. What do the producers want us to think with a character like Daemon? Because he's not really a good guy, but he's not really a bad guy. He could be like an anti-hero, but like, I don't even know if you could call him an anti-hero because of just like how he is. I mean, it's a weird fine line. Some people may agree that he's like an anti-hero. Some people agree he's a good guy, and some people agree he's a bad guy. So you let me know what you think down below about him. In the book Fire and Blood, Rhaenyra at Daemon's request hires Blood and Cheese, and the order was to kill one of Aegon's son, Jaehaerys or Maelor. But the show instead has Daemon order them to kill Aemond. But of course, mysteriously, we don't know what he commanded them to do as a backup plan if they couldn't find Aemond. So it kind of paints him maybe in like a better light, that maybe, he's not as insane as people would say, or maybe he is as insane as people say. It's all up for interpretation. I don't know if we're going to get it in the season, if we're going to get it in the show, but that's kind of what we're up to right now. Cheese leads Blood into the Red Keep, but as we saw, the two that would protect them are drunk, so it's an easy target for them at this point. So they sneak right past the King Aegon and goes up to the room. The first room they find after going to them is the correct room, Aemon's room, but of course he is not there, nowhere to be found. Blood chases a maid into the chamber until he stumbles upon Cheese with a knife to Helena's throat in the nursery. Cheese points to the children sleeping, Jaehaerys and Jaehaera, the twins. They didn't know which is the boy and which is the girl, so they made Helena point to the boy, while Blood is hesitant, saying he doesn't know if she's actually telling the truth, which kind of makes me question what her intentions really were at this moment. Was she actually giving them up, or was she trying to trick them? Because in the book, they kind of trick her, so were they trying to do a play on that? It's interesting. But so again, they make Helena point to the boy, where Blood is hesitant, but Cheese looks into her eyes and says, no, she's telling true. They go to the bed, cover his mouth, and do the terrible thing, murdering the heir to the throne and the innocent child, while Helena takes the daughter out of the room and walks very fast away. We hear, but we don't see how gruesome this scene was, and it's better off because I just personally wouldn't want to see them do what they do to a child. She panically walks fast to Alicent's room, catching them doing the nasty with Sir Criston, and tells them they killed the boy. As we know earlier in the episode, she's had visions of the rats and not the dragons, and that we need to fear the rats, making her visions almost come to life with Blood and Cheese coming from where the rats came from, not from above like the dragons. But in the book, a little difference here is that there are 3 children, the 2 twins that we've seen in this, and Maelor. They sneak in plotting to kill one of the 2 boys. They grab both Helena and Alicent and gag Alicent, making Helena choose. She begs for them to make it be her, but she says it has to be a son for a son. She panics and ends up choosing Maelor, where Cheese whispers to him, you hear that, little boy? Your mama wants you dead. And Blood instead beheads Jaehaerys. So in both the show and book, Jaehaerys meets a gruesome ending. But it might have been a little too dark for the the show. And it does add that Helena is the only one there and Alicent's not there, making her like this loner, making her like have to choose alone and experience this horrible thing by herself. And of course, making her visions come to life, come true. But deeper than that, Sir Criston was supposed to be on patrol here, but instead was doing the nasty with Alicent, who said she would never have sex again. So there's more people to blame here than that. We know the guards, Aemond and Sir Criston, were not around, and they were doing things maybe that they weren't supposed to do. We know Sir Criston was, but what was Aemond doing in this moment? My questions is, was she telling the truth? Did she try and trick them like the reverse of the book? You know, in the verse of the book, like I said, they made her choose a kid and then went and killed the kid she didn't choose to make the other one live the rest of their lives thinking their mother wanted them dead. So was she trying to do the reverse thing and have them kill the daughter? You know, it's weird. But this means that the heir goes to Aemond now, which is interesting. So interesting. You know, where this episode and the show will go now after this is might be a little different from the book. But that was pretty much the ending. You know, a little bit of it explained that there's going to be a different heir, and this could lead to some problems between the brothers and everything like that, and how Alicent will handle this. And, you know, exactly, you know, what was Daemon's command? Was it for a son, or was there a backup plan? There's a lot that needs to be answered. And I think we'll get a lot of answers going into the season. But as of now, we don't have the answers. But you let me know what you thought of this episode. Was it gruesome as hell? Are you one of those people who wanted more of an accurate book depiction? Or were you happy with what we got? Leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching today's video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have an incredible day.